Hi guys, it's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do the Facebook card reveals for you all. So, if you were drawn to card 1, we're going into the energy of the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of graduation, the Chariot is a card of success, and it's a card of actively wanting to move forward with your life. Now, sometimes when the Chariot shows, it can represent that there are completion of cycles or parts of a story have come to fruition and you've graduated from that and now you're ready to sort of invest and sort of take the next steps moving forward. So it could be for some of you, you've been involved in kind of courses, workshops, and perhaps you've recently been sort of qualified with those and you've had certificates of recognition. It could be for some of you, you're taking the steps to kind of go through that journey. It could be for some of you as well, there's an emphasis on property. Chariot card comes up a lot when there's physical moving and physical changes. So as well as like physically wanting to move you forward into something a bit more positive and a bit more hopeful, there could be some changes happening sort of property wise. So there could be some investment, there could be buying and selling, there could be sort of moving from one to another. It could be that you're sort of in rented accommodation and some changes are happening there. But it's actively moving forward. You've got the yin and yang energy there as well. So it's wanting to sort of keep moving forward with your life to retain balance. The Chariot sometimes starts off quite slow, but once the wheels of the Chariot turn, things tend to move quite fast. So it actually ends up being quite a fast-paced card. So this is a really, really important time to just keep moving forward in all pockets, in all areas. Now, because this is the Herbal Tarot, the herbs do represent things as well. So the herb that this one is kind of showcasing is Cyprius. I don't know if I've said that right, but that's how I'm seeing it as with my old dyslexia. So the meanings for this is really good at regulating moods. It's keeping moods balanced. So if you're someone that suffers with a little bit of an anxiety or a depression, it's good for that. It's also good as well if you suffer with sort of menstrual cycles. If you find that you get hot flushes or perhaps your moods sort of peak up and down, it's very good to help and kind of calm and balance those. Like the Chariot is wanting to stay grounded and stay balanced, the herb reflects that a little bit. So that's a very quick, brief overview of that. And obviously, if that's something that interests you, you could look a lot deeper into the meanings, the properties of what that's offering you. So I do see from a symbolic space as well, the Chariot's wanting to keep everything sort of balanced and in a really sort of tranquil space for everybody. So I hope you can make sense of that. Now, as we're kind of moving forward, we're going into card 2 and we're going into the energy of the Magician. The Magician is a really great time to harness your magic. It's a really great time to feel connected, to feel alive, and to feel at one with the universe. The Magician knows that in order to receive the best of what the universe has to offer, it has to focus on one's own power, one's own magic, and harnessing one's own gifts and abilities. So this is a really important time not to worry about what Tom, Dick, or Harry are doing around you. Stay in your power, stay in your lane, keep in your energy and keep in your vibe. The Magician has balance. He has the best of everything. You've got the wand, the sword, the pentacle, and the cup. So everything, all the elements are there for him. But he knows that in order to sort of live the life that he wants, he has to push restrictions, he has to push through barriers. He can't worry what others sort of think of him or anything like this. He has to just get on and live his best life. So it's harnessing your magic, it's doing what makes you happy, it's doing what makes you connected, and not apologizing, not feeling guilty for that, harnessing that, owning that as yours. Okay, now we've got astragal, oh, I don't know if I'm saying this right, astragalus as the herb. I've probably said that wrong. But this is really good for food digestion. If you're somebody that gets bloated, it's really good to sort of digest food. It's also very good if you're somebody that is struggling with fatigue. So if you've been feeling tired or run down, this is a really good sort of herbal plant that can just help to sort of, make you feel a bit more awake, a bit more alive. And I think that's an energy of what the Magician is offering. The Magician wants to sort of let you or allow you to harness, your complete potential, your kind of complete capabilities, but it's sort of waking up enough to do that, okay, both in a sort of practical physical space and waking up in a spiritual way. That's quite interesting. So harness that magic, own it as yours, get out there and weave the life that you want, and don't apologize for it. The Magician doesn't need to apologize. Now, as we're kind of going into card 3, we're going into the energy of Judgment. Judgment is an interesting card when it shows in tarot. It could be for some of you that you've been placing too much demand, too much expectation upon yourself, trying to perhaps be more than you can be, and maybe you've been forgetting to actually stop and celebrate and blow that trumpet. So if this is something that you find yourself in or up against, if you've been putting perhaps like larger than life expectations upon yourself, this is a really important time to stop, to take a look around you energetically as well as physically. Look at your inputs and your outputs, see where you're putting your energy to. And even if things aren't complete or not finished, don't forget to stop and celebrate your achievements, your acknowledgements, however big or small. And for some of us at the moment, the world is quite, exaggerated. It's quite loud. So for some of us, just getting out of bed of a morning and, sort of showing up and being present to that day, for some of us that is enough. That's all we can do. And if that is all you can do, still be proud that you're kind of part of that, and if you're someone that is going on to achieve bigger and grander and greater things, be bloody proud that you're doing that as well. Just stop and see those acknowledgements at whatever point of your journey you're at. And again, a bit like with the magician, don't get caught up in comparing what you're doing to another person. We all have our own stories to tell. We all have our own things we're going through, and it isn't a competition. Life is for you to decide how you want to live it. So there's a real emphasis here on owning, taking responsibility, taking ownership. A few of the cards, or in fact all of the cards in different ways, are actually wanting to offer that a little bit really here. Now the herb is golden seal, and this is really, really good if you're suffering with any flus, any bugs, any colds. It's a great one that can help stop mucus from building up. It can help with that. So if you are someone that's felt a little bit low, a little bit run down, this might be something that you can sort of brew up, and look at how you can sort of take it, whether it's in perhaps a herbal tea or through a vitamin supplement. But it's very good at sort of helping aid that. It's also good for things like thyroid. So if communication has felt a little bit hindered or a little bit blocked or restricted, that may also need to be cleared to communicate, your acknowledgements a little bit. So it's a really important time not to punish, not to self-harm, or self-scrutinize. Celebrate those successes, celebrate those victories and those achievements, however big or small they may be. So I'm going to leave this with you. I hope it makes sense. Stay safe, stay well. I will look forward to catching up with some of you lovelies this week on Zoom and Facebook video chat. And don't forget, guys, on Sunday, it is fully booked, but for those that have booked places, please remember to turn up. I'm going to be in Martok at Katrina's hair salon from 10 o'clock right through until 4 o'clock. So like I say, that is actually booked this time round, but we'll be putting another date on if you want to be part of that. So it's an exciting week. Take care, much love and blessings, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.